The House by the River Spirit. Long ago, in a quiet village nestled between a great river and the tall whispering trees, lived a young woman named Naya. She was soon to be married to a kind and hardworking man named Kofi. Their love was strong, and their families had begun the joyful preparations for the union. But there was a problem. The house Kofi lived in was too small for a new family. So Naya and her wise sister, Yomoja, began searching for a bigger place to live. After 2 weeks of searching, they found a beautiful house by the river's edge. The air was cool, the trees danced in the wind, and a man who lived there was ready to leave the country. He offered to sell them all his belongings at a good price so they wouldn't have to buy anything new. Seeing this as a blessing, Naya and Kofi bought everything and prepared to move in right after their wedding. Their wedding day came, full of joy, songs, dancing, and blessings. They moved into the house, unaware of the spirit that lingered there. The first night was peaceful. But when Kofi's brother came to visit and Kofi had to work overnight, strange things began to happen. As Naya slept in the bedroom and her brother-in-law lay far across the room on the couch, she felt a cold, invisible hand touch her legs. Startled, she thought it was her brother-in-law and grew angry. But when she opened her eyes, he was asleep, far from her. Fear crept into her bones like the river mist at dawn. Days passed. One night, when she was alone again, Naya heard footsteps, but the door was locked. Suddenly, a presence filled the room. A voice, as dry as old leaves, whispered in her ear, "So you will not open your eyes? You will not look at me? You are mine." Naya lay frozen. She could not scream. She could not cry. She only whispered prayers into the silence of the night. The spirit grew angry, throwing things and pacing the floor. But her prayers were strong, and eventually he vanished. The next morning, Naya told her neighbor what had happened. The woman called another neighbor, and to Naya's surprise, they laughed. Not out of mockery, but out of disbelief that someone else had experienced the same fate. They told her of the woman who lived there before. One night, she ran out of the house screaming, "He's here. He's called me again. He wants to take me." From that night on, she never returned, and her family came to carry her away. The villagers began to understand this was no ordinary haunting. The spirit of the river had once been a man who drowned long ago after his bride betrayed him. Now, he roamed only at night, longing for a wife, but only taking interest in women. Kofi, brave and protective, brought a priest to bless the house with sacred words and oil. Naya's mother, wise and spiritual, sent a niece to stay with her. A neighbor, full of kindness, also sent her daughter to keep Naya company. From that day, the spirit never returned. Perhaps the prayers were too strong, or perhaps the presence of other women confused him. But he never showed his face again. When their time in the house was done, Naya and Kofi left with hearts full of gratitude and relief, never to return to the house by the river. And so, the villagers tell the tale to this day.